Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Not too much has happened. It did move to the top of that channel. I think that's exactly what we talked about in the previous video, that this B wave could certainly reach the top of that channel, test it, then it came down here and did hold support, however. So we now need to be watching, because this could be this ABC pattern I talked about in the previous video. Fair enough, it has moved down all the way to that key support level down here, the 1590 level. As long as we're holding this micro support, we could still put in this fifth wave with a high probability. If we drop below that level, the probabilities increase massively that we fall back into this support area here. I did explain that all in the previous video, between 1370 and 1500. These are the two main scenarios I'm watching. So very simple. Either we are already here in the fifth wave of this larger third wave, and this fifth wave, however, should not drop below the 50% retracement of the third wave. So basically 1590. I did measure it from all the way from the low, because there's a few different ways of how this can be counted. So yeah, 1590 is key support. Now, we did hold so far the corrective price channel. And in the previous video, I made you aware that, we can really only consider this correction over, which means the breakout to the upside is unfolding as soon as we break above that corrective price channel, which hasn't happened yet. So we have to consider further downside here following the channel. But again, on the other hand, it needs to hold 1590. If it drops below 1590, then it increases massively the probabilities that we are going to come down into this green support area. And what would the count be? It's already listed here on the chart. I would consider this the alternative, wave 3 in the circle. So circle wave 3 here, circle wave 4 here. And that we had an A wave down, an overshooting B wave, and the C wave down. Remember, I was initially surprised that we only had such a shallow correction. I mean, it did reach the minimum, which makes it so difficult at the moment to sort of, let's say with certainty what count it is. Could have been this one here, but we are still working on the wave 4 with an overshooting B wave, because we only have 3 waves, and then here a fourth wave, the C wave down, A, B, C. But then on the other hand, this move down currently looks quite corrective, which would rather, make me focus on the idea that wave 3 is still unfolding. We had an extension here of the of the third wave, and that the fourth wave in green will happen later, only after we put that additional high in place. So it's very interesting now. If we break below that orange support area, there is some more support to be expected in this region here, around 1560. That's also the wave 1 high. I mean, technically, a wave 4 can go down all the way to that level and still be a valid wave 4, but it's very, very, very rare. Really only, it happens that it's still a wave 4 and breaks below the 50% fib level. Yeah, I don't know. It happens maybe in I don't know, 5% of cases. Yeah, so it's very, very unlikely. But I always want to mention it, because technically, based on traditional Elliott wave rules, a wave 4 can come down to the wave 1 high, and as long as it doesn't invalidate it, it's fine. But so my view usually with this wave 4 needs to hold the 50% retracement is more based on experience than on traditional Elliott wave rules. So it's just what I've seen in the past, and usually it's not a wave 4 anymore. But can't rule it out fully, as you can never rule anything out really in these markets. It's financial markets. We're all swimming in the sea of probabilities. There is zero certainty. And that's why we can only focus really on those key pivot points, decision points, low risk entries, high reward setups, and that's what I try to help you with, of course. And yeah, at the moment we're holding this, but yeah, we're just following the price channel for now. No signal this move down is over, but we obviously have a full pattern now. As you can see here, we've got a wave W down, a wave X up, and the wave Y finished. That means it doesn't need to be finished, but the pattern is full. We have an ABC structure. It doesn't need to go down any lower. It doesn't need to. So it wouldn't be good for the chart now to drop below that last C wave low. That would rather highlight that this was just an overshooting B wave. A quick, a fast wick down doesn't really matter. But if we break below that 1590 level, sustain there, maybe retest it from below and then hover around and then slowly start to drop, yeah, then we have to consider a more substantial high was actually in place here. Now looking at, there's a few other ways of calculating target here. I mean, we could look at the, let's see what we get if we measure the length of the A wave and go to the top of the B wave. See, that takes us perfectly to 1590. I mean, also from that point of view, a lot of confluence at that 1590 level. So the low could certainly be in, but it's just now we need to see the evidence. It needs to break out above the B wave high. That would also take us out of the channel to the upside, into the 1700 region then. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.